A lot of big changes set for tomorrow. That is because many laws do not officially kick in until July 1st for the start of the fiscal year. So what kind of changes do we expect? To answer that, Evan Koslof looked into all of it to break it down. Morning, Evan.
Well, hey there, Mike. And there's a lot to get to here, and I want to get to all of it. But first, let's start with the big one, money. We start in D.C., where the minimum wage is on the rise, reaching $12.50 an hour. That's a full dollar above the current wage. And this is set to go up even more. This year, D.C. Council passed a law that will raise it to $15 per hour by 2020. Meanwhile, big changes for those in the service industry as well. The minimum wage for those who rely on tips will jump from $3.33 per hour to $5 per hour. Meanwhile, in Maryland, the minimum wage is jumping up as well, but by a much smaller amount. They're going up from $8.75 an hour to $9.25 an hour. Just to put that in context, a 50-cent jump per hour will come out to an extra $20 per week if you work 40 hours. By 2018, the minimum wage will increase to $10.10. Also new in Maryland, there's a new controversial bill relating to Planned Parenthood. Lawmakers voted to provide $2.7 million in backup funding, just in case federal funds for the program dry up. Also new, big changes at the schools in an effort to counter against drug overdoses. From now on, all schools are required to keep Narcan on site. You may remember Narcan can reverse the effects of an overdose and save lives. Meanwhile, Virginia is also taking action on the opioid crisis. A new law would allow local health departments to create a needle exchange program. They also are giving community groups the ability to give out Narcan. Also new in Virginia, you can now buy Everclear and other drinks with high alcohol content at state-owned stores. Before this, Virginia was one of just a few states that outlawed these sales. Lastly, public schools in the state are now required to teach young drivers about what to do in routine traffic stops. The bill's sponsor said this is all about teaching the young people about how to interact with police so that things don't escalate. All right, so one other new law this year is what I'm going to call the slowpoke law in Virginia. From now on, drivers could face a $100 fine if they're moving too slowly in the left lane. Mike, Jan, I can get behind that law right there.
Move it!
That's a law you like, and I know my friend over here, Mike, likes as well.
Those New England drivers, Mike and I, yeah.
He's such a delight behind the wheel.